Fucking Hubris, a podcast started by three buddies, three Star Trek fans, in air quotes, because this week was
I was
rough.
doing air quotes when you said that.
This was a rough week to be a Star Trek fan.
Oh, man.
Where we watch an episode of Star Trek, or sometimes 3 episodes each week, and we talk about it. This is another edition of The Good and the Bad, The Good, the Bad, and the Hubris, where we watch an episode of the current seasons of Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard, and Strange New Worlds. And then we'll talk about each and decide which one was good, which one was bad, which one was sheer fucking hubris.
Wow.
I am Joe Bob. Joining me is Mr. Willie.
Hello.
And Biblio Warden.
Hello.
Oh, you know what I hate?
That we're Klingon dicking it through Discovery right now.
I hate Star Trek. I don't, but god damn it, this week it felt like I did. This was a rough week.
It was a tough week. It was.
Okay. So
It was almost prophetic that you were making Johnny Depp jokes last week, though.
That's true. You remember last week when I was like, I don't know what'll happen when we have a bad Strange New Worlds episode. It'll be terrible. Listen on to find out if that happened. All right. Well, let's start with the elder statesman of the group, the distinguished Star Trek Discovery. So we're coming down to the stretch run of all 3 series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember what numbers of Discovery that it was. It's like 9 and 10, 10 and 11, something like that.
9 and 10.
And then the 7th episode of the other 2. So basically we've got 3 episodes left of each after this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of the 2 episodes of Star Trek Discovery was Point of No Return or some shit. Rubicon.
Rubicon.
They kind of blended together. Yeah, Rubicon.
I give them credit for using Rubicon. That's kind of cool. Anyways, this episode, and I'm going to struggle in the recaps because they are... I think the pattern buffers on the transporter were constantly being purged when I was watching this because I don't really remember them that well. But I'll do my best. Okay, so...
They kind of ran together. They should have been a part 1, part 2. I mean, really, this should have been a part 1, part 2, part 3. But
from what I remember, Rubicon is about a lot of people talking about shit when they should be doing shit, and basically waiting way too long to react to anything. A whole lot of people bitched at each other, and then I don't know. So we've got the DMF, and Book has stolen. Last episode ended with him having stolen the unobtainium and a spore drive.
Right.
And so they open up in a rogue planet, because rogues can sneak attack. It's hidden. And they decide to hide inside it because reasons. The rogue planet wasn't hidden enough. But we're tracking them. Yeah. So
they had to go to Tarka's secret volcano lair to make the bomb.
Right.
Which was about as complicated as making a grenadier's bomb back in the 17th century.
They just poured little powder grains in the things, like, that should do it. I was like, really?
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be something cool, like red matter.
6 hours. Yeah.
I was like, how does that take 5 or 6 hours? But anyway, they
but it did, because the plot needed to.
They've got to go after him, but President is once again not sure about Burnham, but it's going to be fine because it's Michael Burnham. So they bring in somebody who can step in if need to because he's too close to Book. And even though Michael says, that's Saru's job, they're like, nope, Saru knows him too. We cannot expect you to follow your fucking orders, Michael. So they say, but you're going to like it. you're gonna like the person that's the captain, and
Right.
hey,
Because
it's
we're going for
not.
impartiality in all this.
It's okay though, because she's a Barzini, and they believe in duty above all. Because
That's
apparently
right.
that's not, part of the rest of the Federation work ethic.
Well,
Michael believes in mutiny above all.
what have we been
So,
talking about?
so she's back, and it kind of sucks because she was more bitchy and annoying than I remember. And I really liked her goodbye episode, even though her goodbye episode ended up being about Michael. It was the highlight of season 3, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And she wears a pantsuit now, which
you
is
can no longer call her Sergeant Upskirt.
no longer call her Sergeant Upskirt.
Oh, now she's back in black. Back in black.
Oh,
But she
wow.
got new brace face, so you can't call her Sergeant Brace Face either.
No, I'm gonna call her Non. Um,
No, not gonna work here anyway.
what would you say you do here, Commander? As it turns out, not a goddamn thing.
I watch over the goddamn captains.
She does nothing. Like, so you physically make the order to fire? No, but I take the order from the admiral and then I tell it to the captain. What the hell is wrong with you people? Oh,
I gotta be honest with you, Nana. I just don't understand why the admiral can't just give the orders directly to the captain.
I'm a people person. What the hell is wrong? God damn it. Are we going to talk about Star Trek or are we going to quote Office Space for 2 hours? Because I'm really
Is this a
okay.
legit? Yeah, I mean, are you being hyperbolic? Because I may take you up on that. Fucking A,
Anyway,
man.
so
No,
she
thanks,
goes
man.
on
I
there.
want you fucking up my life too.
So she goes on the Discovery, and she's gonna be there to make the hard decisions that Michael can't. And because it's fucking Discovery, Michael has to order the crew to follow her orders, to follow Non's orders if she gives them. She's like, "Look, I know we're not big on orders around here, but this time, I actually want you guys to listen."
We
But
have a
at
guest
least-
after all.
At least we got an episode with an ensemble cast this time. We definitely had more of the regulars around, right? So it had to be better.
Sort of. We didn't get Jet Reno back, who's the best regular, and you didn't get your favorite character, Gray.
You're right. I didn't.
Well, Janet Reno was referred to.
Was she?
Was she?
Okay.
I don't remember that.
I forget which of the two. I think it was this one where somebody suggested that. Yeah, no, Michael said that that she needed Stamets to have Reno do it so he could do something else.
All right.
That might have been the second episode we watched. They're blending. Sorry.
Yeah, it was really
We
tough.
also
to read.
definitely got Grey Worm's pronouns. He is definitely a he.
He's a he. He is a he.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I heard
That's
it.
important. So
That's right.
they go to the
that
rogue
was a stumbling
planet.
block of pure fucking hubris.
They go to the rogue planet, but first they cloak. Which
Yeah, when did they get a cloak? Was that
we got a
new?
cloaking device.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, they're just everywhere.
Ah, for fuck's
Well,
sake.
you know
Yeah.
what? There's no Romulan Empire anymore, so there's no treaty with them. So fuck it, we'll cloak. So we go and we cloak, and Book doesn't know they're there, and apparently they can dock a shuttle to his fucking ship
My
without him
God.
even noticing. But thank God that weren't thought ahead and created a nanobot army, whole protection system
Oh,
that
my
starts to
God.
eat the shuttle like it's some sort of organic ice.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
And this is I
Ice
do
was the
remember.
villain of one of the episodes in season
Yeah.
2, and that season is way better than this one.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. But
Yeah.
Book saves them by launching an EMP, which somehow does not affect the shuttle, the transporters, Book ship, or anything
The
other
bomb,
than the
yeah,
nanobots.
only the nanobots.
Right.
And
And
they
just kind of scares him away. He was like flicking the lights at cockroaches. Just
Yeah.
flicking them until they get away. And I love it because it's like hull integrity 4%. I'm just like, I don't think you people understand how hull integrity
I
works.
know,
Right.
It's not at all. It reminded me of when Section 31 was downloading the data, and it was like, oh fuck, I only got half the sphere data.
Yeah, I know.
Did not complete.
Wasn't the entire purpose of coming to the future so that an AI wouldn't get its hands on the sphere data? Am I misremembering that?
Yeah, no, that was it, right?
Yep.
And now we're cool
They
with
had
the
to take
AI
it
having
somewhere.
all this. Okay, whatever. Anyway,
Well,
They had to take it
the
somewhere.
wrong AI.
Yeah, this is the right AI. This is one of the good ones.
Mhm.
And only good AI say that, or only bad AI say that.
so yeah, they're like the oxygen levels are dropping. I'm like, if the oxygen levels, that's not just like drop by like 5% when your ship starts cracking open. There's a little thing called explosive depressurization.
Mhm.
I'll give it to them. Maybe since they were in a rogue planet, there was some sort of fucking atmosphere.
It's also
Anyway.
good. It's also good to know that when the plot determines that you beam people directly to the bridge.
I know, right?
What the fuck? What's
It's
that?
I don't look. Transporters are stupid now. Anyway,
Do you remember that
so
Steven Seagal movie, Executive Decision? That's what this episode reminded me of.
it really did. Except Steven Seagal writes better
Yeah.
dialogue. God, the talking. There's
Damn.
so much talking
Oh,
in
so
this
much
episode.
talking.
So
Was
they get
this where Saru laid his love on the line for whatever her name is?
Tarina.
Not Tarina's Spock's girlfriend.
No, that's Pringle, right?
Yes.
That's T'Pring.
To
Yeah, that's
Pring.
T'Pring.
Yeah. Pringle.
Ah,
Oh, jeez. I can't keep. They
God
all
damn it! I'm
sound the
like
same to
halfway through
me.
the recap. Jesus Christ! So they beam him back,
Oh
and
wait, we're not doing the show
and,
yet.
and Book whoops away, and Nan calls him in and is like, "Okay, well, you fucked up. So just in case, I had a backup plan. It's called Operation Nonviolence, where I give the order to blow up Book's ship." And they're like, "But that could kill him." And they're like, "Do you understand what he's done, Michael? God damn it!" She's like, "I won't hesitate to give the order." Oh, I forgot that on the bus ride over, Reese and Brohura, what's his name? I don't even remember. Reese and Brohura are like bitching at each other. Reese's like, "You don't know what it's like to lose everything." I'm like, I'm pretty sure that every fucking body on this ship has lost everyone they care about, so maybe he does. But he's like, "Don't compare my pain." And Saru's like, "Gentlemen, I'm not going to order you to stop, but let's think about this a little bit." And then Culber's over there smiling like an idiot, like, "Maybe we should find our common ground." And I'm like, order them to
couples
act like
counseling.
goddamn professionals. That's all you got to say, Saru. You're a captain. They're not captains. I don't know.
They were both commanders.
Do you remember back in season 1? I
Everybody's a
remember saying
commander.
this.
Yeah.
It is.
You don't notice everybody's a commander?
Yes.
I did notice that. Do you remember back in season 1 when I used to bitch about this? I used to say, it may be hard to be professional, but it is not that hard to not be unprofessional.
Yeah.
These people clearly do not know this adage. It's terrible.
God. So we go back, and Book's pissed at Tarka. Tarka's like, "Look, like we're on the lam. We're running from the law. Like, yeah, I put a little extra security in. Fucking sue me." He's like, "But I don't like it. You could have hurt somebody." God damn it, Book. Shut up. I am not in Book's corner anymore, just so everybody knows.
I would have
Wasn't
never
hard
guessed.
to glean. Yeah, it wasn't hard to glean.
So they make their bomb. Discovery is Nan's like, "I bet they're going to the DMF." And I'm like, "Fucking shit, Nan." So they jump in and they're scanning and they find each other at the exact same time. And Michael's like, "We're gonna keep them. We're gonna keep in between them and us." And I don't know how this fucking
And
works.
this was so stupid.
It looked
For
cool.
fuck's
I'm
sake.
gonna say it looked cool. It was stupid as hell though, because it
There's
would
an
not take
infinite
very
number of
long.
places you could go,
And
and somehow they, yeah,
Tarka, who's supposedly a genius, doesn't think about beaming the bomb directly into the little buckyball to begin with. They're going to shoot it out of Torpedo Bay 6. Whatever. But they get in a little tete-a-tete where Book shoots at Michael and shields drop, to like 80%. And Non is
right.
like, whatever.
He's
And
shooting
He
at
shot
us.
at us.
Michael's like, no. He's
not
just
trying to
wanting us
hurt us.
back off. And she's like, okay, semantics aside, can we all agree he's shooting at us? And then they do the same thing, and Book's like, he's like, no, she's just warning us off. Same thing we're doing.
He's doing a Persei Omicron 7.
Oh my god.
I'm so
And-
sick of all the fucking references like that.
Yep. And he
Oh,
he
God.
shoots the thing in to try to blind the sensors or something, and Discovery
And
goes
that's a
under the
Persei Omicron
shockwave.
8.
Men are from Persei Omicron 4. Women are from Persei Omicron.
Ugh.
There's your Futurama reference, Willie. I couldn't even get the whole fucking thing out. Anyway, because explosions in space happen on flat disc-shaped shock waves, Discovery just ducks under it. And then Tarka basically channels me, and he's like, I am done with this bullshit. And apparently the way that Book's tactical station works is if you tap it, it shoots a few shots, and if you punch it as hard as you can, it shoots a full quantum torpedo spread.
Mhm.
Hey, look, that shit's real. You remember playing Jackal? The harder you hit the fucking A button, the faster those bullets came out. Everybody knows that shit. Get your head out of your ass, Joe Bob.
I thought A tossed the grenades, and B
Whichever one. I'm trying to remember if it was A, B, or BA on the controller, but
A was to the right.
yeah, okay, then you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
That was a
Jackal
hard
was better
goddamn
than
game.
it
If
was
you
better
ever
than this
lost a
episode.
4-way bazooka, you were pretty well fucked.
Well, you could lose it up to about the third level, and then you were fucked.
And then it was a one-shot game over,
Yeah.
which is not what Discovery is. Discovery, nobody in Discovery could beat Jackal.
Except when me and you were playing 2-player, and you lost it, and you would talk me into staying on grenades so you could get it back by the final boss because I needed to be able to lob grenades over the wall. You asshole.
There was actually a benefit in being able. Look,
I mean, look,
indirect
it made
fire
sense. It made sense. It made sense, but why did I always have to stay the grenade guy?
Do
Total bullshit.
not use this podcast as a vehicle to explore your unresolved anger issues from childhood. That will be
What are you
enough
talking
of that.
about? Discovery is all about exploring the unresolved pain of your childhood.
No,
We make
that's
a point to
Picard.
say that
Yeah, it's
every.
Picard.
Okay, you're right.
Not this week.
Unresolved pain of adulthood is Discovery then.
So anyway, while this little dance back and forth is going on, by the way, there are like 4 separate times we take a fucking time out to have a discussion. Burnham leaves the goddamn bridge and goes into the ready room with 9 to say, I can probably go convince him. And it's like, why is he not shooting the damn thing into the DMF controller right now? And Tarka and Book have a discussion too about, I don't even fucking remember. But anyway, Michael's like, well, he won't answer my. Well, he ghosted me on text, so I'm going to show up at his front door.
Because that's
Boy,
healthy.
how about this one?
So
Ooh, buddy.
they go up and they have their Kirk Spock moment with the glass in between them. And Tarka is in the background, very obviously working on a plan. He's got the fucking screen up. He's punching shit in. And I'm like, Book, how goddamn dumb are you to think that he's just going to sit there through this like 5-minute discussion? You know what? Tarka's my favorite fucking character this season.
Dude, Tarka's I'm
He's,
okay
you know
with
what?
Tarka because you know what you get with Tarka. You know,
He
he
has got
seems.
he's got a goal and he is working towards it.
Yep,
And
he has
everybody else
initiative.
is just off dicking around or doesn't have a goal or is actively working against their own interests. So like, hey, Tarkin's the best character. I'm rooting for him. I am rooting for two things. I'm rooting for the DMF to destroy fucking Earth and Navarre, and for Tarkin to find his buddy. I will be sorely disappointed in both of them, I fear.
You mean Ace and Gary?
They kept it ambiguous, so I'm assuming it's totally platonic.
Exactly.
Because,
Exactly.
like Discovery would, like if they're going to make him gay, they would try to like keep it on the down low. Like, no, they ain't keeping anything on the LD here. Anyway, so Tarkus decided I've had enough of this bullshit. Burnham sends Book some more calculations. Like, look, it's going to be munching boron for another week here. We got time, and
Nom nom
like,
nom nom nom. Like a fucking Pac-Man episode.
that's essentially what it is.
That's
It's a
of course
5
it's like,
light years wide Pac-Man, and the little
but then
dots are
he got,
boron.
but they blow him up and they send him back with the cherry, and then he's nom 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 nom. Like Jesus, what?
Wow.
I don't understand why this was a calculation that was so late in the game. We've known about
Yeah, I
we've
know,
known
right?
about the boronite for like 3 episodes now.
Mhm.
I love when it finally came to Burnham. It was like a eureka moment, and she has to call Stamets up. She's like, Stamets, check my logic here. And I'm like, what? She's like, if you wanted something, but you got it, would you stop looking for it? And Stamets is like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And she's like, that's okay. I know I'm right. Burn him out. What's the fucking point of that? Anyway, of course, Nan's about to give the order to fire that she should have given 16 times by now. I don't know why she fucking came along because she didn't do a goddamn thing. And she had to go into her, well, I'm only here to do that. I'm going to do it because last time I lost half my team and it made me sad. And I was like, wait, I thought you were going to do it because duty above all. But never mind. They blow up the DMF. And I guess that is where we get the title. We've crossed the Rubicon. Iacta Lea Est. Does not find the controller. It must be on the other end of the wormhole outside the galaxy in Tennessee.
Because that's shocking that people that could do anything like what they're showing
Look,
would
it's
be
science.
able.
Wasn't
Hypothesize, experiment, iterate. God damn it!
yeah, wasn't this the episode where Michael Burnham started to not be a Messiah character, and then in the end had to be the Messiah character and fly the shuttle out, or was that the next episode?
Nope,
Because
that
one
was
of
this episode. That was this
yeah,
episode because it's like,
yeah,
if you're out there, you won't survive. And she's like, I will arise in 3 days. But in the meantime, take care of my crew.
yeah.
Okay. So it ends with they go back and they say, well, I guess we'll try the first contact. And then, oh, it's back. And now it's for no reason, it's back and it's bigger than ever. So it's munching Pac-Man on steroids. It's 10 times faster.
Mm-hmm.
And it's headed for Earth and Navarre in 3 days or some shit.
Yeah, because why else?
Wait, they don't know that yet.
Where
They don't
else
know
would
that
it
yet.
have gone? Yeah, they don't know that yet. But
It'll jump in 2 days or something.
how did you feel about this plan? Let's say you're a Terry and you've hijacked a bomb and you want to blow something up, and they come to you and they're like, "Look, we've got some new data. If you stand down for 7 days and come aboard, not blow things up right now. We're gonna see how things play out, and at the end of 7 days, we'll give you back your bomb and let you blow it up." Like,
We're
what
gonna hold
about that plan sounded worth? I would be like, "Fuck you! I will hold my bomb. I will jump away, and
exactly.
you
You
can
have
fuck
7 days.
off."
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
to solve this.
She's like, we're gonna hold you here. He's like, hold us. She's like, not in the brig.
Yeah,
In the brig. We're gonna hold you.
Yeah.
All right. When when an authority when
You know how to
an
take the
organization like
reservation,
Starfleet says we're
just don't
gonna
know how to
hold you.
Yeah.
See, here's my question: how fucking stupid is Book? Because Tarka's already told him that it's as much about getting the power source for him as anything else, and Book's like, "Oh, well, that sounds like a good idea, Michael."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Having a hard time. I think they're trying to sell us on Book is still a good guy, and his only reason for doing any of this shit is to save lives. I don't buy it. I think it's purely revenge based. I, I,
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
there's no logical way to get to the point where he's at. Like, it's obvious that this is like an incredibly advanced species, and you piss them off. How are you making the argument that you're going to save billions of lives? Right? I mean, their fucking mining weapon wiped out your entire planet.
yeah.
I kind of agree with Starfleet on this. Like, this is unless we somehow give them smallpox, like this could go pretty poorly for us. But
That's what gives us smallpox. I mean, to be fair, I mean, if Starfleet were mining, there have been episodes actually where Starfleet was like mining something and didn't realize they were hurting a species that lived there
mm-hmm.
and then stopped. Like, wasn't that the whole thing with the Hortus?
Yes.
You know? So, like, if they react to other species the way that Starfleet does, then maybe. But, of course, they're so advanced, it's probably, I mean, they have to know that there are beings there and they just don't give a fuck. So, look, I don't care. The episode ended. Sorry, go ahead, Ward.
I was just going to say, because they made a point of having the conversation about their, is it this one? No, it's the next episode. Sorry. But, well, I'm jump ahead anyway. They make a point about talking about how, maybe we have this idea that there's going to be somebody that looks like us, and maybe it won't be, that blah, blah, blah. So maybe they're going to try to do some sort of thing where these aliens are so advanced and they're so alien that they don't recognize carbon-based bipeds as life and they have to explain that or get that across to them or whatever.
maybe it's like 32nd century Borg.
I'm
They're just
almost
like super advanced.
so I almost think that that's what it is because we haven't seen anything about the Borg. It's going to be the Borg
The
combined
Borg are
with
everywhere.
yeah. They just went to their own little place outside of space, and because wasn't Bornite like a big part of the Omega particle that the Borg were always looking for? Their super important thing. I don't know.
I don't remember.
What would be great would be if it was if that little sphere was Xanadu or whatever the fuck that Boros wanted to go to, Tarka's buddy. If he's in there and he's just like sucking up all this power to try to get his transporter to keep working to find, him another target, he's gonna be like, "It was you the whole time." No.
Oh my god, it'd be like the bird. Maybe not quite as bad, but it would be in the same vein.
Is that? Are you talking about news of a certain avian variety? What are you
No,
talking about? The
I said
bird.
the burn. The bird isn't like
Okay.
it turns out to be just some totally harmless, like, I didn't realize it. But
Oh shit, did I do that?
exactly.
So that was Rubicon.
Yeah. And so we ended with him blowing up the DMA, and
They blew it back to God.
they still didn't take him in, right? So they still jumped away. And then oh wait, because they waited. They're like, wait, we're gonna wait until Discovery jumps first. Why?
Because Book is sad about Michael. Look, I am so
Doesn't
over
make
Book
any
and Michael.
sense.
You remember when they were fun back at the beginning of season 3? They're not fun anymore.
Mm.
Anyway, that was
So
Rubicon.
we jump back. So I got a funny aside to say after this episode. I was sitting there and I've been watching it with my wife, and she was like, "I don't understand what's going on with this show." She's like, and I may be making this up, but I feel like at one point there were like these really weird looking beings, and this girl was falling in love with like a human guy, but he wasn't like a real human guy, and it was I don't know. She's like, maybe I'm just making this up. I was like, no, you're right. I was like, back in episode or season 1, there was a
That was
Klingon who fell in love with, and she's like, yeah, with a human guy. I was like, no, he was a Klingon who'd had his conscience grafted with
you
another
still don't
human, and then
understand it, do you, Willie?
I was like, had then been surgically altered to look like a human. I was like, we've been over this, and I still don't know if it's right. I'm still a little fuzzy on the details, but then I'm sitting there thinking, how did we get from there to here? Like, that's a hell of a journey
I bet you
from the
never thought.
Klingon War to here.
I bet you never thought that Saru's arc would be to become the first lady of Vulcan.
Oh boy. Oh fuck. He talked about Sukal. Please do not bring Sukal back into this show. All right, so that was Rubicon.
Hey, Linus made an appearance.
Gosh.
Linus, yes.
He's
bringing-
back. I
this is
don't
what I-
understand. Like, did they only have the CGI budget for one episode? I
This
don't
is why I
understand.
told you. I said everything about this episode was done to piss you off. Like, they just brought people back at random, right? None of it made any sense. Michael Burnham was supposedly not going to have a Jesus Michael Burnham episode, and then she still wound up having to have a Jesus Michael Burnham episode. They brought the ship's counselor on to police the fighting, the inner fighting in a shuttlecraft.
So stupid.
I felt like everything about this episode just accentuated the things that have pissed you off so far this season.
It was terrible. I think the text I sent you guys was, who is writing this?
Yeah, that was it.
So bad. That was Rubicon. But let's move on to
Yeah, that was half the fun.
Thick Barrier.
Ugh.
Which picks up right after we left off. And they've decided we should probably just go ahead and move up the first contact plans. But you know. So they have another small cancel meeting where Kevorkian and another psychiatrist are talking to, I don't know. We get a shot of a comm badge and universal translators from or communicators from previous series. I don't know what the fuck the point of that was.
I don't either.
It's like, well, it's
I guess it was like Universal Translator 1.0 up to 4.1 or something. You know,
right,
get the
because
different
there's
softwares.
absolutely no actual practical reason to have that. But that's fine. Whatever. It's like if we were going on a diplomatic trip today and we like brought in like, here's a rug that the Indians use to send smoke signals. Whatever. Anyway. We decide we gotta go now, so we board up. Saru, he took his shot with Tarina and said, I think there might be more. Oh, because last episode Culver told him not to be an idiot.
Yeah. Don't be such a pussy.
Yep. But she kind of left him with his threat boners just dangling in the wind.
She did.
She was like, oh. I was just, you know what? I've got to go do a thing.
That's
Bye.
totally
Yeah,
what
it
happened.
definitely had a feel like that. Yeah, for sure.
And thank God Adema makes it back just in time to get on the ship. But Broher is not, because he's off helping him figure out a way to communicate across the galactic barrier, because for some reason in the 32nd century, the person most qualified to figure out how to do shit with modern technology is someone from 1,000 years ago. Like I'm okay. Look, I'm willing to say when it comes to Discovery, yes, those people know how to to run Discovery better. Like if a Viking longship showed up today, I'd be like, fine, they can keep crewing that longship because they probably know how to run it. But I wouldn't be like, well, we really need you to come write the code for the navigation systems on our new F-22s. Like, hey, whatever, Starfleet, you do it, whatever, however you want it. Oh, but
They're getting ready. They're getting ready to have a spinoff Star Trek call center, and so they had to
Oh my
get him
God.
off the ship like Tilly.
it's gonna be led by the guy at the
The guy at the
starbase at the
front.
beginning of.
Yes.
Dear
Fuck,
God.
you beat me to it. You beat me to it, you son of a bitch.
Oh my God.
You have reached the Federation. How may I direct your call?
I am Commander Paul from Nebraska.
The weather is nice.
And what can I assist you with today?
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Have you tried turning Discovery off and waiting 30 seconds?
Yes, it doesn't work.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Where were we? Or where were you, Joe Bob?
well, the galactic barrier apparently eats shields, so there's only one way to do it. You got to coat yourself in programmable antimatter,
Oh Jesus.
even though antimatter.
The
When it comes to
Technobabble was next level this entire episode.
just they stepped up their
Oh my
technobabble game.
God.
When we get to going to the
Oh,
bubble
my
hop,
brain hurts at the end of this episode. They were in a lava lamp, for fuck's sake, at the end of this thing. And everybody just understands it, right?
oh yeah, a lava lamp that like literally sucks the color out
Oh God.
of the skies.
That's because we live in a color-free society in the 32nd century, Joe Bob. I can't believe you didn't catch the symbolism.
That's like they're going back and doing a noir episode.
Oh my
Anyway,
gosh.
we're not there yet because first we got to get our programmable antimatter. But Tarka's got a plan, and they go to the planet that he was a slave on, and Book pulls a gun on him. He's like, I know an Emerald Chain work camp when I see one. And he's like, do you see any fucking Emerald Chain ships? Like, come on, man. It's abandoned. Stop being a dickhead. He's like, I just need to know who I'm working with. I was like, really? Now that's
Yeah, that's what's important.
now that's important. Like, you decided to become an outlaw, steal, enough unobtainium to destroy 20 parsecs, blow up the goddamn DMF, but now you're like, maybe I should look into who my partner is.
Yeah.
But whatever. He tells them a story about his buddy who was brilliant. Even though he's already told him basically this, he's already told him
Same
this story.
Yeah.
But not
Anyway.
dramatically.
Yeah, not without the Ace and Gary sideshow. So Book
I think
buys
it was sweet that they were just platonic buddies. Just very, I thought it was a very sweet relationship. What did you think, Warden?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Obviously.
I mean,
hey, look, I'm feeling better and better about my Te Wataneo references earlier on because this is totally Shawshank Redemption.
It really
they met
is.
in prison. They
Mhm.
said, if we ever get out of here, we're going to meet here. Right?
No, I mean, you're right. It is.
This is Shawshank in the 32nd century.
He's a man who knows how to get things for you.
It's actually, now that you think about it, and I did have this thought, it's some of the most earned emotional stuff they've had on Discovery. I mean, they in miniature they actually developed that relationship in a halfway convincing fashion.
Look, I'm not joking here.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
It is the only thing this whole season I am emotionally invested in.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Tarka find his buddy, and they're not going to fucking let him do it.
No, they won't. Or die trying.
Oh well, I think that's a given. I don't think they're going to let him survive. they'll let fucking Book survive, even though Book's just as guilty and a much bigger dumbass, and is doing it for
Much
least
worse reasons.
yeah. I mean, I'd still say Book's basically doing it for revenge. Fuck Book. I mean, they'll redeem him and bring him back next year because I don't think they have the balls to, do anything even halfway interesting.
Permanent. No.
Just like I don't think they have the balls to blow up Earth and Navarre. Not on Burnham's watch, god damn it.
Not unless the
Anyway.
DMA is actually some like 32nd century Nexus ribbon, and they're all just going to find everybody at the end. That's going to be like the series finale. It's going to go to Quajon 2.0.
Don't bring up the Nexus.
All right.
So they get their programmable antimatter. Meanwhile, Discovery has apparently put programmable antimatter on the ship as well, but it does pretty much fuck all because their shields start failing immediately.
Mm-hmm.
They get to the Great Barrier. Burnham's pissed because Stamets says, "I'll probably jump about 4 light years away." And he's like, "You
got
owe me
Steinbach on the
9."
brain.
Galactic Barrier. Sorry, the Great Barrier is at the center of the galaxy.
Yes.
The Galactic Barrier is at the edge. How could I
Oh, boy.
forget?
Yeah, and we're not to Strange New Worlds yet, so.
What does God need with a starship?
You have not
Oh,
answered this
boy.
question. What does God need with a starship?
Oh, boy.
So we get to the barrier, and like you so eloquently put it, they got a lava lamp their way through. So they they go black and white, then they go colored, then they go black and white. I don't even want to talk. There was so much techno babble.
With 6 seconds to spare.
With
It's
6
like,
seconds.
no, this was not 6 seconds to spare. This was 6 seconds until oblivion. Like, this is not like you caught every red light on the way home.
I know, right?
Jeez.
And then they get
Oh,
outside. Then they get outside the galaxy, and he's like, "There's no stars." I'm like, I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
I mean, what is this galactic barrier supposed to be? Is this like the edge of the gravity well that is the Milky Way? And then, like, you are into a different galaxy?
No.
You're in the space in between galaxies.
Yeah, galaxies have some sort of barrier around them that we don't know what it's made of. We call it dark matter because we don't know what it is, but it's what causes them to spin faster than they theoretically should.
Mm.
And so you got to pass through that, I guess, to get an extragalactic space. Which I don't know why that would be called intergalactic, but whatever. Anyway, they make it out there, and they're like, "All right, we have left all known civilization behind. It's time to head to Tennessee." But then Burnham's like, "Hey, I found a planet outside of their little beanbag. We'll go to it. It'll help us with first contact." I'm like, "How?
How are you skipping over all the revelations about Earth and Navarre, and I want to go to Hawaii, and I want to go to Joe's Pizza, and
how did I skip that?
I
Yes.
want to go to the Pennsylvania pie stand." Like,
So even though we've never fucking mentioned going to Earth, there's a whole goddamn show. All of a sudden, almost as if they read the script and knew Earth was on the chopping block, everybody decides to have a fond memory of Earth, even though statistically speaking, like half of them ought to be from
whatever colony.
Beta Gamma 7, yeah.
I also love, like, they're like, oh, well, apparently we only came 9 light years from the barrier, not 4. And everybody's pissed about it. I'm like, you have faster than light travel. Like, what is the extra 5 light years at warp 9?
It was
Anybody done the
20
math
minutes.
on that? Yeah.
I
Fuck
don't know.
you. I
It
mean,
was
it
not
couldn't
a
have
lot.
been much.
It wasn't a lot of time because they got to the barrier pretty quickly. And Stamets, that's what I was saying. Stamets is like, "Fucking sue me, bitch." Like, I don't know. We've never jumped out this far. Who knows how far the Mushroom Highway goes? Anyway, yes, They all think about Earth.
Does it bug you in this show how little we actually discuss the options uh when imminent death is on the line? It's like, hey, Stamets, what are you thinking? He's like, well, I mean, don't thank me, thank Heisenberg, because of all this. And she's like, will it work? He's like, I don't know. All right, good, let's do it.
It's like, yeah, 60-40.
I always like in TNG, we had all those ready room the ready room scenes where like we talked through this shit. People gave presentations. They'd be like, "Here's what we think's going on." Now it's like, I don't know. We don't have look. We don't have the airtime to really hash out these details, so we're just gonna do it.
Look,
We need at least 15 minutes of whisper crying later. So.
the only
Jesus.
time that they go to the ready room to discuss anything is in the middle of a firefight when it makes no fucking sense.
Oh,
When it would
man.
actually be intelligent to sit down and discuss options, we're like, no. They're like, Can we discuss
boy.
this, Stamets? Is there any acceptable answer other than no? Nope. Then no. Let's not discuss it. Let's just go on.
I actually enjoyed that little bit of a Queen snark on his part, but
I kind of did too, because he was like, "You're Michael fucking Burnham. Like, what am I supposed to say to you? Like, of course, you want me to work faster? Yes. All right, I'll go faster. Let's go faster."
Oh, man.
I thought they were going to bring back the surfing bird maneuver, but instead
They totally
they did
talked
the lava
about it.
lamp. Yeah.
Oh, they totally talked about it. So
Okay.
where was Zora in all this? Zora clearly said in last episode she would not let Discovery do anything that might endanger the crew.
They gave her a uniform.
What about this entire episode was playing it safe?
Well, once they gave her a uniform,
Boy.
she's like, "Oh, well, that means all right. Well,
I
I
guess
can
I
die
can't
now
die
too." Yeah.
either.
No. Yeah, they gave her
I have
a
to follow the
uniform
orders
which
now.
comes with they gave her a uniform that comes with plot armor. So
That's right. So we're sitting there watching this episode, and my wife is like, "I feel like there's a lot of presidents on this ship." It's like I love just her candor when she watches this show because she doesn't care about it at all, and so she'll just pick up on these things, and I'm like, there are a lot of presidents on this ship. Maybe these. What makes you what? Why do we think that a president is the best delegate? Even though we had a long explanation from the president of the Federation, Farina wasn't even supposed to be on there.
Okay, well that made sense because the delegate couldn't get there in time because Burnham's like, "We got to leave in 2 hours." Okay, the president says, I was the Federation's top ambassador for 20 years," and I'm like, "Dude, you couldn't fucking go anywhere after the burn. Who were you ambassading?"
Well, but her partner is from Earth. I thought we were setting her up to be gay.
How did that work? By the way, because remember, Discovery was only able to get to Earth because it could whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
And Earth had a totally different government because her president, General Nicoya, is here too. So apparently, but the Federation president's husband was still on Earth, and husband partner, whatever they call them.
Yeah, get it right, man. Jeez.
This doesn't make. I don't care.
No, it didn't.
I don't care.
We were trying to phone in an emotional connection. Is
Dude,
what we were trying to do.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so ready for Discovery series finale. And I mean the series finale, not the season finale.
Look, I'm just kind of like when you pick up a chick and she's like too drunk to really be into it, but you're like going down on her and you're like, I'm just going to power through, put my head down, power through this to get to the finale. That's all I'm looking to do. That's me right now. I'm just head down, powering through. I don't really want to be here anymore. I made a commitment. So God damn it. No matter how painful it is.
No matter how many neck cramps you get.
My jaw is fucking popping every time I move. But God damn it,
Oh,
I'm gonna
boy.
get through this barrier.
Jesus.
You've got to blow your load on the other side of that barrier at some point.
That's right.
Mother of
That
God.
is right. I cannot
Oh,
half-ass
boy.
this. The honor of the Federation is at stake.
My God.
Oh, man. But so much about this episode, like, I feel like people are being reasonable and the irrational decision just continues to win out through this entire show. They're like, hey, this is a whole lot more fucked up than we thought. None of our calculations were correct. We probably ought to back off. We can be home in the blink of an eye.
I know, right?
Maybe we should go back to the drawing board. No, we have to push through right now. We lost those 20 fucking minutes because Stamets only jumped us 9 light years away. We don't have time for this. I just don't understand.
So
It,
here's a question. Uh, if you really wanted to get the right delegate from Navarre on the ship, why wouldn't you just jump and get her? Why
because
do you
we
have to
don't have,
wait on her to come to you?
because Disney already owns the intellectual property of Lando Calrissian flying in the last minute after rounding up everybody and going,
What?
woohoo!
That what doesn't even make sense.
Yes, it does. He flew around to gather everybody up.
Oh, okay, all right.
Discovery couldn't do that. It wouldn't be original.
Yeah, okay, fine. Whatever. It's a leap, but I will allow it. You explained it well enough.
I really just loved Lando's cameo appearance in that. As Red Letter Media put it, the nostalgia bukkake just kept coming. Oh boy.
Oh my god. No, the nostalgia bukkake keeps coming in Picard.
Yes, it
We'll get to
does.
that. So next week we're heading to Tennessee. We've left civilization
Mhm.
behind. Let's go see the Tennesseans. Oh, so Warden,
Huh?
was there anything bad out of the good, the bad, and the hubris? Would you say that? Can you point to something bad that happened in these 2 episodes?
You can't see, but I'm gesturing at the episodes.
Willie, what was the good?
The good was uh the good was Turban just fucking doing the thing, you know? I feel like
Urban
we were gonna
fucking doing the thing.
I feel like we were gonna jerk off on this for like another few episodes and he just did it. He advanced the plot. That was the good thing about this episode. Turban advanced the plot. How about
Look,
that?
yeah, no, look. As much as I hated these 2 episodes, I did think the little fight between Discovery and the Transformer Zoid was cool, and I'm emotionally invested in Tarka and Ouroboros. What's his name? It's like Oreos or something.
Oros. I think it's
Oros.
Oros.
Yeah.
George Soros. Um. So yeah,
Oh man.
there is a silver lining to this. There's a silver lining to this galactic barrier.
Well, good.
Do you guys care at all what happens the rest of this episode? I mean, the rest of this season with the
Uh,
DMF. I care about Tarka and his buddy. I want him to get his Oreos, and if he so desires, dunk him in milk, whatever. But
I am mildly interested in who the 10C are because I think it's going to be totally off the rails.
you think it'll be somebody that we met?
Yes, it is not going to be original. We can't do anything original, right? It's going to be something like the Borg or like fucking the parallel universe. Like, it's not that they're parallel universes; it's just different galaxies, or some asinine thing like that. Oh my god! You mean the one who was mining for the boronite was us?
It's a paradox. I hope it's Lorca.
If only.
I know, right? By the way, what did Kevorkian have to go do that was so important? Is that a red herring, or is like it gonna tie in somehow? Probably
I
not.
have no idea.
I just don't. Warden, what do you think?
About
Well, I was asking about Star Trek Discovery.
well, yeah. I mean,
Who the Tennessee are?
I I don't think it's the Borg, because I think Picard's getting ready to wind down the Borg. If not this season, in the second season, it just feels like a very Picard thing to deal with. So yeah, they might be their own thing.
You
I
know,
feel like
but
I
here's
feel
the
like there's a
thing.
decent chance it's going to be some very obscure race from TNG or TOS, like whoever was outside the galaxy in those episodes. What if it's the Q continuum? I don't think it will be, because obviously that's a Picard shtick. But
I don't know. I mean, but how like totally unsatisfying is it going to be if it's just some mundane
Harry,
race? Like, that's the thing.
no, it
They
doesn't
have
matter who it is. It's going to be unsatisfying.
they have made this to where it has to be just some unbelievably like mind blowing discovery, or else it's just going to be like, what, are you fucking kidding me? Like, these jerk offs almost destroying our entire galaxy because they delve too deeply. Like, but what the fuck, you know?
And too greedily. Well, I mean, if there's one thing Discovery knows how to do, it's cock tease an interesting finale only to leave you with your threat boners hanging out, just like poor old Saru.
Oh man.
Except Saru has a much better chance of getting satisfied than we ever will.
Oh man. Well,
I don't want to talk about this episode anymore. A lot happened. I mean, obviously we bitched about it for like an hour,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing worth it. Nothing. I mean, I don't care. I just we just got to put our heads down and get through it, boys. Trek Discovery, season 4, episodes 9 and 10, the Rubicon and the Galactic Barrier.
at least we only have to watch one episode next week.
That is true.
The baby Jesus. So let's move on to Star Trek Picard. Star Trek Picard. Oh my God, this was
Warden, take your victory lap, you sorry bastard.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, he brought it back. He
Oh
brought it
wow,
back.
he did.
Ooh, that was the best thing from Discovery season 1.
So Star Trek Picard season 3, 2, episode 7,
Tripping balls.
cliches. This is
Jeez.
about how fucked up the inside of Jean-Luc's head is, and why he had the hots for Crusher's red hair. And this wasn't about a whole lot more. I don't know. There was a theme here, but it was, sometimes the people we think are monsters are really trying to protect us. And most of the time, bitches be crazy.
And the rest of the time, bitches be Romulan. And they're just hiding it from you. Because, what? Why would a Romulan be on Earth as a watcher? Like,
she said sometimes we are chosen to look over similar species.
Jesus, Quincy, I love he's like, you could be an ancestor.
It's like, no shit,
goddamn
JL.
shit.
No shit, JLPD.
I just don't even. I mean, it was so stupid when like her little brain gadget was the shape of a Romulan ear to start with. Like, I mean, if you're
Look,
really trying to hide in plain sight, I mean, and what was it like? Oh man, I showed you my pointy ear. Now I can't. Now I gotta pull my
that
hair
was
over it for 8
so
hours.
arbitrary and stupid. Like, but I can once I switch it off, it takes 8 hours. I'm like, huh? What?
Oh my god! You know you're supposed to go to the doctor after 4. So
That
just all that.
Okay,
This
so
whole
this
episode.
episode it starts out where we left off with Picard on the slab, and she's gonna try her neural interceptor. She's going in. She's gonna hack his memory, and then
And participate in his memory.
right. But Hot Doctor comes back and is like, "What the fuck is this?" He's like, "It's a procedure." It's like, "Why are you walking towards me like a serial killer?" Like, fair enough. He's like, "Look, I can help you." And even though Rafi and Seven have realized that they are locked out of the controls, somehow they're still able to beam things just to him in an instant. He's like, "Quick, I need a medical device." Whatever. And even
No,
though Hot Doctor has never seen this, has no idea what it is, he's like,
she
"Here you
knows how
go.
to use it.
You use this." I'm like, "What the?" There's
This
no
was wait a
way
minute.
she knows more about how to use this than you do.
I thought this was last episode. Aren't you repeating this?
I don't
Was
think
it the
so.
whole beaming the stabilizer in there? Nah, maybe not. Maybe you're right.
no,
No,
that's
because
this
I
one.
specifically remember thinking, how does this work if you're locked out of the damn ship controls?
No, they addressed that. Seven hacked it because it was an old Borg algorithm or what have you, and she hacked it. Even though
Yeah.
she's not technically Borg right now.
She remembered it from the collective. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. So then we
So she
go in.
hacks it. They send him the hypo spray. Yeah, Jean
Yeah.
Luc's tripping balls right now.
So Jean-Luc is talking to a psychiatrist, and then we get child actors. Oh God, child actors!
Oh,
Oh my God, you're playing with fire, and just
man.
and they got burnt. You
My
can't
mind,
go.
my mind.
It's stuck. But if I leave, she won't know where to find me. It's like Jesus
Please, sir,
Christ! I
can
would have
I
left
have
you
some
too, you little
more?
bastard.
Oh no.
Oh God. So
I
we
mean,
have like a weird Pan's Labyrinth.
yeah.
Uh,
If you're gonna do the whole like traumatized kid bit, don't make him be like 13. Like that kid should have been like 4 or 5.
whatever. Who cares? He was old enough to develop, but I don't know.
So she runs him through the dungeon, right? And
Right.
this turns into a dungeon crawl with a couple high level enemies down there.
Yep. Yeah, he did not level up. He didn't do the tutorial quests. So
No.
he is woefully unprepared. Oh, she's wearing a crown. He starts telling it as a story of the boy was in the dungeon and the queen with red hair got taken by the man. But he drops his book that he was drawing in so Daddy can find him. I mean, so Daddy does not so that Daddy can find him, but Daddy does find him because of
Yeah.
that. And at the same time, Laris is trying to get him unstuck, but she realizes he doesn't want to be unstuck.
Right.
Then the two old Jean-Luc meets young Jean-Luc and doesn't say a damn word to his younger self. He's just like, Laris. She's like, quit calling me fucking Laris. She's like, it's gonna be really weird for me to bone you now that I've like rescued you as a child anyway. He's like, God damn it.
Peter, you're acting like a child.
Well, if I am a child, then that makes you a pedophile, and I'll be goddamned if I be lectured by a pervert.
I do love
Oh,
when Talon's like, if this is what your subconscious is like sober, you're gonna be you must be a blast when you're drunk.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Uh,
Oh, I don't know. Do you count as sober when you're in a coma? Is
Ah,
sober and drunk a thing?
he's not in a coma. He's fully functioning. He's just running in safe mode.
Okay, whatever.
Like we addressed
When
that.
you're in a Kryptonian healing state or whatever he's in.
Oh man.
Anyway, things happen. Girardi and not Girardi, Seven and Rafi have this weird back and forth about how not as much back and forth. Rafi just keeps fucking talking about how, oh, I hate seeing just the idea of Agnes and Rios getting together. That's so annoying. We're not annoying. We're the main characters. We're gonna get together and trip kids in the park. Like, what? What? Shut up, Rafi. But they figure out Agnes is
Going on an
a board
endorphin
queen.
binge, right? Busting out windows and shit.
That's the thing that gives you the biggest endorphin rush. Why did you have to go into the bar to break the window? Why didn't you just break it from the outside? I figured she was gonna be like fucking every guy in the bar if she's looking for an endorphin rush, but whatever. None of this makes any goddamn sense.
Sounds like she could have found you
oh,
when she was a little drunk.
it's back.
I'm not saying that anywhere near enough. As much as this show warrants it. But Picard, okay, so then grown up Picard meets young Picard, and they figure out that the psychiatrist is his daddy and his mom is behind a locked door. And Laris is like, you'll do so much with this pain, Jean-Luc. You'll save worlds with it. And I'm like, how do you fucking know? You just met him, supposedly. But anyways, then he pulls out a key. And it's like, but there's more to this, which means, oh my God, we're going to have to revisit this in the next couple episodes.
It's because his dick is the key. It's a metaphor. He's gonna have to nail Laris in the dream so that he can nail Laris in the flesh and get over his mommy issues.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe the part of the memory he's erased, maybe he did nail his mama. And it was so traumatic, he just completely wiped that from his memory. That's why he wants Beverly. It all comes together, man.
Mm-hmm. Now it makes sense. Yeah,
Star
this
Trek
whole
incest.
episode was a mind fuck, and not like a really thought provoking one, but just
Not,
one like what is going on here? Am I watching Star Trek or have I fumbled through into Showtime at 10 o'clock at night? Like this doesn't make any sense.
The term you're looking for is a what the fuck, not a.
There you go. There you go.
I like how Rios was like the whole reason that the whole way that he convinced everybody to send Laris into Picard's mind. He's like, we have to protect Renee, and we can't do that without Picard. And then, like, you know, halfway through the episode, Laris is like, "Whew, Renee got away. It's all good." I'm like, "Wait, I thought you had to have Picard to." Okay, but whatever. Anyway, they get out of Picard's head, and he's like, "That's when he says, we have made quantum leaps beyond my boundaries." And so she's like, "Well, all right, I'll show you a little bit of ear." And he's like, "Oh."
Oh my god!
Oh man.
And then he says, what she was trying to tell me was exactly what Warden was trying to tell me. It's all about me and Q. And she wanted
Oh
me to
man.
know my enemy. So I've got to
And my
know
enemy's Q, and now he's figuring out I've got to go on the offense because all that made sense. That whole drivel made total
I have
sense.
no idea.
And
This was
it's
another episode where there was a lot of talking that just was. This was as much more psychobabble than technobabble, but none of it made any fucking sense. It was whatever.
Yeah,
So let's go find Guinan, who was going to leave, but thankfully she didn't leave. And then this.
Oh, jeez.
So I know that the Elorians were like powerful-ish, but I think we've like upgraded them some because apparently they had a war with the Q and were able to fight the Q to enough of a standstill to broker a peace treaty. And the way that Elorians see the world as music, and they think food and drink brings us together, so they make their treaties into a drink.
Yeah, this was definitely some voodoo shit, wasn't it?
What in the shit was this?
But it didn't work because she didn't get a dial tone before she tried to call him, apparently. But she did summon in the authorities.
This is so. This was so dumb when she drank it and went into like you said, the voodoo trance. Like, and then it didn't work, and she doesn't understand. So, like, does that bottle refill over time? By the way,
That's what I was thinking.
or do you get like to drink it one time and then it's gone?
It's like Odo when he just like reanimated the coffee back into the cup.
Maybe she's got to piss back into it. And that each
Maybe
time.
so.
Mm.
No, I gotta piss in that bottle. No, we're bringing you downtown. You're gonna you're gonna piss into the doctor's cup.
You
No,
don't
it won't
understand. The
hold it.
treaty is my bladder. It's in my bladder. It'll start a war if I don't piss it back into the bottle. You know what? That would not be any dumber than anything else that's happened on this show. So bring it on. But yeah, she summons the time cop, or maybe the regular cop. I don't fucking know. And as FBI agents like to do, they go through this stupid ass little ruse.
Pontificating, yeah.
Like,
Uh,
do you think the other agents were like, behind the door and like hiding around the corner thinking, when is this fucker gonna shut up and call us in? Like, flash your goddamn badge, Columbo.
oh man.
And then he arrests them because it's illegal to post a TikTok where you suddenly appear. Like, I don't know. Maybe soon paid them off or something. I don't know. Because I'm assuming that soon Red is going to get picked up and not be completely irrelevant. But I don't know.
Do you think Sochi's gonna spring him from jail?
Uh, how can she? She can't go outside.
Does she go outside at night?
You think she's going to run with the shadows of the night?
She's gonna go spring him from jail because she's gonna be like, I don't know why my daddy tried to kill you, but you must know something.
Maybe Agnes will cure her. Maybe some good old Borg nanobots will fix her problems right up.
Man, I am just I am really, really confused about everything this season and how it's all gonna tie together. I'm still really fuzzy on why we even went back to 2024.
I don't.
Now that we have the supposition that this is you just fucking with him to make him get over his mommy issues. Why did we go back to the past? Why did we
What?
go out to the middle of nowhere for the Borg to show up? And like that wasn't cute. Like I think it was Warden that said it last week. That's not Q's MO. Like he doesn't. That's not what he does. You know, he takes a
So,
person and their psyche and does something.
so did Jean-Luc become a space Nazi because his ancestor didn't find life on Io? Or did Jean-Luc become a space Nazi because he didn't deal with his mama's crazy? Like, I don't understand any of.
I think he became a space Nazi because they didn't find life on Io. But that was the thing; they would have still gone. They still would have done the mission. Renee just wouldn't have been on it, right?
Right.
Ah,
But since he told Renee to look up, and then she knows to tell her kid to look up, and so mommy will tell Jean-Luc to look up, and that'll make him not a space Nazi.
And also,
I don't think this
I
is going to make
understand.
sense when we get to the end.
I get it where right now, like, we're not exactly where we need to be with mental health and all that, but wouldn't you expect by the 23rd century it'd be a little bit harder if you were mentally ill to just take your child and run? Like, I'm a little fuzzy on how she goes to Paris, the outskirts of Paris with her child, and is like nobody's checking in on them. I don't know.
yeah,
None of
it's
this
all
I
makes
don't
any
know.
sense.
You would think that they would do more to treat her than lock her in her bedroom.
Well, they also said that she was like, they made it seem like she was running away from like an abusive husband in the first episode, right? Or the first few episodes. Well, now it's more like
He's a
she,
monster.
yeah, she kind of be cray cray, and so, but
This is the
apparently the
thing.
dad
Like,
was there
don't.
the whole time. Like, none of this makes.
this is
It's
the
just
this is the MO for Picard this season. They don't ever fucking say anything deep about issues. They just point out that it sucks. They're like, look, there's fires everywhere. Look, there's homeless people everywhere. Look at these people. They got one planet and they wrecking it. Look, mental illness sucks. Look, whatever the hell it
Roddy's
is.
boobs. Look,
But they never say anything
Devin
about
and
it. They
Ruff,
just
you're lesing out. Yeah.
they just say, your world sucks, everybody. Happy 2022.
It was like a Conan "Remember this" skit. Hey, remember this? I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that one. There's never any social commentary. It's just social awareness.
But the
Maybe.
good part of this episode is still Rios and Hot Doctor Lady. He's like, hey, I like your EVA suit. Have you completed your space combat training? E7. Oh, spaceman!
Yeah.
Like, he
Do you think
goes all Chilean Fonzie. He's like, yeah, spaceman.
you think she's gonna go to the future with him because the past sucks so badly, and then do like the Dr. Gillian Anderson thing?
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't leave her there
Why
now.
not?
Can't leave her there now.
No.
I like how he's like, fuck the timeline. Rafi didn't give a shit. I don't give a shit either.
If you can't beat him, join him.
I did think it was a little weird that he was talking about like Jean-Luc being like a daddy figure to him. I'm like, oh, pump the brakes there, sailor. You met him like halfway through last season.
That's all right. Stamets is a daddy figure to Adira.
That's weird. Like, it was kind of cute at first, but like he's full on. Like, he was talking about like, my daddy never did this for me, and dude's like, okay.
Thanks for the warning. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the warning. I'm gonna go do the thing I was headed
Oliver.
to do. Oh my god. But yeah, Rio showed him his spaceship. So, Nostalgia Bukaki. I did like the no, I'm from Chile. I just work in outer space. Delivered it a little differently than Kirk, but I thought it was a nice callback.
Yeah.
All right, so Star Trek Picard, Season 2, Episode 7, Monsters. Overall impressions, Warden,
It was. It's
It
It's-
happened.
it happened. Yeah, it's hard to have an overall impression of that because I'm still trying to put pieces together. It makes no sense.
do we even
So-
want to do good, bad, and hubris?
No.
No, but I do want to insert something here because I went down a little mini rabbit hole.
So does Picard.
Picard.
I beat you. I beat you, motherfucker.
So apparently, because we had just discussed it earlier, the Elarians had a Cold War whatever with the Q continuum. Okay. The Q continuum, the demigod plus species, the Elarians. Didn't the Elarians basically get wiped out by the Borg?
Ain't no basically to it.
So, if you're, never mind. I'm trying to make something sense of something that doesn't make sense.
Is it kind of what along the lines of what I was saying about them getting a major power level upgrade? Because yeah, in Star Trek in TNG, they had special powers. They lived a long time, but like they weren't able to take on the Q continuum. But now apparently they can. Is that what you're?
Yeah, I guess. And I apologize. When you first started talking about it, I started looking it up.
I do like how Guinan did the little thriller move where she puts her claws up. The
Yeah.
way she did when she saw Q
Yeah.
on TNG the first time.
Yeah.
Because Q and Guinan knew each other from before.
Yeah.
He's a friend from work.
Well, and I know that
and
this
hated each other,
is,
basically.
and this is all just a matter of them trying to explain what could have easily just been, a funny little moment. They're trying to. That's another thing that Picard is extremely guilty of, is over explaining the unnecessary to explain.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a mystery for the ages why they hated each other. It doesn't have to. Okay, let's move on.
No, I agree. We got 3 episodes left, and it's gonna be a mad dash to the finish line, I assume, because we've got to figure out. So what? Help me. What are the hanging threads we got? Renee still could be a hanging. It still could be something we got to wrap up. We got to figure out what the rest of Jean-Luc's dream is and his trauma with mommy. We got to track down a Borg queen. We got to deal with Soong. We got something with Soshi. We haven't even seen Q in like 2 episodes, but there's a major thing going on there. We got Guinan. At some point,
We got a nail Laris.
we got Picard's Laris unresolved issues. We're gonna have to fix the ship and get back to the future, and then we got to wrap it up back on the bridge of the Stargazer.
Well, don't you think that Q's just gonna snap them back?
You think they'll help Q get his mojo back and he snaps him back instead of doing any of the...
I don't know if they'll have anything to do with his mojo coming back, but I think...
Well, how's he going to snap him back if his snappy don't snap?
You're expecting internal consistency in the narrative.
That's fine.
I don't know. It's making my head hurt even trying to think about it.
Are we in an alternate timeline past or the real past? Or because everybody died. You got like everybody basically died on the bridge of the Stargazer in that first episode or second episode.
Mm-hmm.
Jean-Luc blew up the damn ship. So, and instead of taking us back in time, Q took him to an alternate reality, and then back in time in that reality, or did they go back in time to our reality, or did they go back in time?
They went back in time
to both realities before it split.
Yeah, to right before the split. Yes, they went back to the shared past.
This is so goddamn.
So
stupid.
he's at the road in the yellow wood, and they're trying to figure out which road to take.
You literally referenced that. Remember? He said when they got.
Did he?
Yeah, when he snapped him over to the space Nazi world, he said,
welcome to
Jean-Luc,
the road
the
not
end
taken.
of the road not taken."
That's right.
Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Do you guys have any bold predictions?
Yeah, I think that when they go back to the future, 7 is not gonna have her eye implant, and it's gonna be like, wait a minute, why doesn't she have her eye implant if everything went back to normal? And it's gonna because it's gonna have to do with how fucked up the whole Borg situation got and how it was Girardi, and then 7 never actually got assimilated, and the Borg never permeated through the Alpha Quadrant or Beta Quadrant or whatever fucking quadrant it was, and took over all those people. So in also resolving Picard's mommy issues, they're also going to resolve the Borg problem.
So let me be pedantic here. If they do that, then
Please do.
if they do that, then that would actually fuck the Federation over, because that means that everybody in the Alpha Quadrant is a Dominion subject. Because the only reason they beat the Dominion was because after they got their ass whooped by the Borg, they built all these badass warships that then won the Dominion War. But whatever.
That's season 3.
Star Trek Picard, season 2, episode 7. Mommy issues. Say fini. All right. Moving on to Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Okay. So we watched season 1, episode 7. Mutiny on board the HMS Non-Binary. This episode is about how you just can't trust trans people. Turn your back on them, they'll steal your ship. We got some more Spock and Pringle. To Pringle. She's looking to fill that to Pringle tingle, so she went and bought the Kama Sutra and read it cover to cover. And he's like, I haven't even done that. You freak. We're going to do a Federation thing. Pike's upset because he found out he's considered a Boy Scout. And he's like, I'm a bad boy. So he later proves that by becoming a cook. Way to really shed that image, Boy Scout. Anyway, so of course
we got a Scottish Orion.
Dr. Angel Eyes turns out
was fun.
Yeah, she's looking for help in the colonies, but she's not really the doctor. She's really a pirate. And they've set a trap. They did a Tholian web thing, apparently, because they're more powerful than the Federation flagship. But apparently, even though she's the captain...
Slash Boba Fett hiding out in the debris field.
that was really strange.
They said that... Go ahead.
Even though she's the captain, she's not really relaying orders back to the big Scottish Orion who she left in charge, because nobody says, well, he's not... They even say he's not the captain, but they still decide to mutiny over the guy that's temporarily in charge. Because I guess the captain was just gonna let him go sell people to the Klingons. Anyway, Pike is like, all right, why don't I cook for you? And Una's like, oh my God, are you doing a Burnham? He's like, I'm doing a Burnham. And they're like, what's a Burnham? And she's like, we're starting a mutiny. And so they...
I loved his attitude throughout this entire episode, though. Like, I even think he didn't care about the episode.
Look, Pike's got a hall pass. Pike knows he's going to end up in the boo box, not dead. So he's like, I don't give a fuck. They beat him so hard, they knocked the hair product out.
That's true, they did.
And so they start a mutiny with just the 5 of them. They talk to the one chick, and they take over. And so, anyway, the doctor lady turns out to be bad, but she's doing it all for love.
Which nobody saw coming.
Nobody saw coming.
Nobody saw that one coming.
Because,
because she looked like a doctor and not a pirate.
Yeah, and because all good guys wear slinky, strategically revealing outfits.
And a Mike Tyson face tattoo.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna eat your children. This was a really weird episode because I'm no joke here. I'm honestly curious about what the thought was about that they were making here because they flip your expectations, kind of on their ear. And she's like, don't be concerned with who you're supposed to be or what you are. Be concerned with who you are. I'm like, that's the same thing, but okay, I get you. And so it's like they're showing you that even though somebody looks different and looks like they might be a space pirate, they might really be a good person. They could still be a doctor and they could still have wisdom. But then they turned right around and were like, no, gotcha. If they look weird, they're probably weird and you shouldn't trust them. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, but that's not usually what Star Trek says.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So we lock down the ship, though.
They lock down the ship, but Spock
unlocks it,
which apparently the captain knew was going to happen. So she had him shoot her in the back on stun early in the episode so that she could follow Spock to engineering and have him unlock it.
And knew exactly how to transfer all the command back up to the bridge
Immediately.
In 0.87 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then goes guns akimbo.
They're like, wait, what's wrong? Is it an engine problem? And she's like, no, you've got a tranny problem. It's like, oh, we should have checked that.
Oh, man.
And
damn it.
They did it, not me. Don't be mad at me.
They did.
But then she gets up there and the first thing she does is, let's fire phasers. She's like, oh, I like it. I'm so evil now. And I mean, I get she was chewing on the scenery and it was kind of fun. But then she's like, but I'm doing it for love. I want, Xanthar or whatever the fuck she called him. Yeah. And she's like, so call your girlfriend. And Pringle comes back and she's like, I'd do anything for my man. But I'm still logical. He's like, I'm sorry. I love Nurse Chapel.
Well, it's logical for me to put my tongue in Chapel's mouth for just a minute. But you know what? I'll give it to her. I still think Nurse Chapel is actually probably one of the better actresses on the show right now. I mean, like, I do feel like she's a fairly natural. Her scenes don't seem as stilted as a lot of the modern Star Trek actors are. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I like Nurse Chapel. I liked how she just dosed the people with tranks. You know?
Yeah, it was a little.
It was a little out there when she got the second one. Like, I could have bought one. You could surprise one of them, but
I felt bad for Nurse Chapel.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I thought Scott might actually break up with her, but then Pringle came over and it's like, perhaps we should do a reboning ritual. And he's like, yes, that would be logical.
Yeah, you're thinking logically at the moment, Spock.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's thinking with his little Vulcan brain.
Oh, man.
Anyway, but we learned that you guys remember when back when we were watching like season 2 of Discovery, and I was like, where's Sabak in all this? Well, now we know. Now we know he was in prison for rejecting logic.
Oh, man.
God, and once again, Sarek is the shittiest father in the whole goddamn galaxy. He didn't even wife up the Vulcan that he knocked up. He had a wife out of Ponfarlock, and a kid out of pod far lock or whatever, pair bonding lock. I don't know. And then the
So
Enterprise.
I got a question though.
So they
Wait, I got
decide
a
to
question
fire
though.
on the. No, can
Go
I
ahead.
finish? Because
Yeah.
it's just a little bit
Yeah,
left.
this
So
is a
they.
recap. Yeah.
So the captain. We find out that the doctor is really the captain of the pirate crew, but then the pirate crew tries to shoot at the Enterprise, even though they don't know yet it's disabled. And the captain can't give him any orders because now Pike is the captain of the pirate ship. And it's kind of funny because they're like, we aren't actually finished with the mutiny. And you see people like trying to climb into the bridge.
Which was
thought
kind of
that was-
cute.
It was kind of cute. And
Yeah.
then they get back over there and Pike makes a piratey joke about how
That
he'll
was the
make her
best part
walk
of the
the plank.
episode.
Which
That
was
was the best part of
so
the
cringe.
episode.
It was cute again. It was
Exactly.
like,
Yep.
Maybe it was
And-
improv.
And Spike into Pringle Bone and he tells Chapel, he's like, way to sell it. You really made it believable. And she's like, yep, I'm glad we're just friends. But she's really not.
mhm.
She
Yeah.
was getting the Pringle Tingle too during the kiss, but she went back to sickbay and had to go full manual.
Oh, God.
You got that endorphins. I hope she doesn't have a bored queen in her.
I hope not. She's a couple centuries too early for that, Willie.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, no, she's not. 2024 is when the Borg started.
Oh, that's right. Oh, maybe she's a descendant of Girardi.
Maybe so. Well, need to start seeing some cleavage then if we're going to check for resemblances then. Although I guess we got some on the shore leave episode, but all right. So
What you guys think of this episode?
This episode was obviously a holodeck episode, right? I mean, we just kind of had fun with it. I guess the only purpose of it was to introduce Cybok. But here's my question:
Well, no.
I thought in Star Trek V, which is the best of all the Star Trek movies, I thought Star Trek V, he didn't realize that Cybok was his brother until then.
It's the best of all the odd numbered Star Trek movies.
No, it is the best, hands down.
I would give you it's the best of the odd number one.
Uhura dancing with palm fronds in the sand, but upgraded to 21-year-old Uhura instead of 65-year-old Uhura.
No, he knew Sabak was his brother.
I thought that was all like a revelation.
It was a revelation to Kirk. Because didn't Kirk say something like, I happen to know for a fact he can't be your brother, because I know you don't have a brother. He goes, you are correct. It's like, see? I have a half brother. God damn it.
Oh, okay. Maybe so.
Well, so
Anyway, thank God
this
we're
is
not
not- you
making it
can't-
nefarious right out of the gate, though.
you can't think of it as this episode had no point, because it's an episode, Strange New Worlds is not a season-long arc.
That's true.
It's episodic. The point is the episode. And I was actually thinking, I really do like the way they do it, where it's you get a story, but there are little things that continue to build throughout the season, like we're introducing Cybok and Spock's little thing with the Pringle, and maybe I guess the love triangle with Nurse Chapel.
Mhm.
So I mean, it is sort of building up. It's interesting. I don't know why I said it's kind of interesting. It's that is the point, though. I like the way they're doing it.
Yeah. Well, I guess for me it was like the other episodes that we've seen at least kind of felt more serious, more Star Trek-y. This one felt a little more silly, like Remy.
Last week was Freaky Friday.
Oh well, you're right. Yeah, sorry. I guess I forgot about that.
Star Trek has never swerved away from silly.
I mean,
maybe
that's
it was just
the
'cause-
problem. That is the problem with Discovery and Picard, is they take it so goddamn seriously.
that's fair. I guess for me it was just too. I would have been okay with the episode had the resolution on Pike's side not been cooking his way to a mutiny.
See, I think that's great. I think
Yeah.
it's awesome that the way he proved he wasn't a Boy Scout was by making gumbo for the crew. Like, this will
Well,
show them. Where'd you learn to do that? In Eagle Scout train. I mean, God damn it.
yeah. But it's okay because Captain Angel just fucking just left him. Oh
Yeah.
well, this didn't work. Peace out.
Yeah, and the spider buggy. That was a weird
So yeah,
looking
that
ship.
was a weird looking
Yeah.
ship.
Oh, and
They
it's
have a little bit of Discovery syndrome though, with the chief engineer only shows up like every third episode.
yeah.
Is he a big actor?
No, I
Big
don't.
name?
The guy that
I
plays
didn't think he
Emmer.
was. Yeah.
No. Yeah,
That
and it
actor is
almost feels
blind
like
though.
TNG always had the very engineering heavy plots. They seem to be steering away from that so far. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say I'm just not a huge fan of Lieutenant Taco. Ortega, isn't that her name? And Ortega
Yeah.
type of taco, isn't that a taco shell brand?
Yes.
Or am I okay? She's just so
Erica?
yeah, Erica. When she's like, how cautious do you want me to be? First date or third date?
See, I thought that was kind of funny.
I was like, oh, okay.
Blind date. Gotcha. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I. But yes.
See, this is what's bullshit, Warden.
I would have.
You're speaking out of both sides of your mouth. You're okay with the unprofessionalism on Strange New Worlds, but you're not okay with it on Discovery.
Okay.
That is a
I
double
was just
standard.
about to
That is
say.
wrong.
I was just about to say that it wasn't exactly professional, but at least I thought the joke was funny. The thing that
joke is okay, fair enough.
Go ahead. The thing that I'm and I don't mind admitting part of what makes the Tilly stuff so objectionable for me is because it's both annoying and principle and reality. I mean, it's not even funny annoying.
That's
just
true. If he had wanted her to go really aggressively, would he have been like, no, third date, first date? No, I would go roofie date.
Oh God.
Use the force, Taco. Anyway. Yeah, anyway, I really like the crew for the most part. Erica's all right. Pike is so much fun. I like Uda. I even like Laan. And this Spock this Spock's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you know what? Well, no, I can't say that. I was gonna say this Spock might be the best thing to come out of Discovery, but you still got Lorca. But at least he's the enduring thing that comes out of Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they tried to break him too.
They tried, but you talking about Discovery?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Discovery tried to.
Yeah, we haven't really followed up on him being dyslexic on this series yet.
I'm sure we've forgotten about it.
I just don't care anymore. These writers probably watched Discovery and were like, "Eeh, we'll do a few things from it, but not too much." I think I liked this episode. I wasn't sure going through it, but looking back, there was a lot of fun stuff on it.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite episode they've done, but it wasn't bad. It was fun. There is definitely a lot more of like, wait a minute, what? But
Seems awfully easy to take over the Enterprise.
Yes,
when only like 8 people were it was only 8 people that beamed away.
I did think that's You should definitely be ashamed of yourselves. How quickly a pirate boarding party was able to just make its way through the entire ship and capture the crew. Like, I'm like, these Constitution classes, aren't there supposed to be like 300 people on here?
Something like that.
Like, good job fighting off this one pirate boarding party. But whatever.
But it was the
Okay.
element of surprise.
And it's pretty readily accessible bridge, apparently.
Not as readily accessible as the one on the pirate ship that had
Oh, that's
windows.
true,
People were
yeah.
climbing through it. Trying to climb through it, nobody thought to shoot anybody.
They
through
shot
that
him at
little
the
one.
end. Oh, the people on the outside didn't think to shoot. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do the good, the bad, and the sheer fucking hubris. Warden, what is your pick this week? Give me what's the bad?
The bad was Discovery. It was just bad. It wasn't like, out of this world bad. It was just bad.
All right. Willie, do you agree?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
What is your pick
Because
for the bad?
I've got to give it to Picard. I mean, what the fuck happened? What was that episode? Like you said, it was Pan's Labyrinth. I mean, this was it was insane. I don't know. I give that one the bad. I felt like we went a little too hard into the whole Picard psyche.
This is a tough call for me between the two. If it were just the first of the two Disco episodes we watched was terrible. The second one was a little bit better, only because I'm a little bit invested in Tarka and his little side arc.
Right.
But Picard, all the psychobabble and trying to make it deep, and then it just reeks of hubris. So I'm a go Warden. I'm gonna say Disco was bad, but this is the closest. This one's pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume we all picked Strange New Worlds for the good.
I did.
That was a safe bet.
Yeah.
And you, as far as my hubris is concerned, you said it. I mean, I think both Picard and Discovery were bad, yes, but the hubris of basically trying to do the episode they did, and the way they went about it was just like, the whole time I was just sitting there watching, thinking like, you really, this is what you're doing, okay? Even though I predicted it.
Yeah.
Even though I predicted it, it was still unbelievable to me.
You want to talk about a
did.
Pyrrhic victory lap? Congratulations, Warden.
And that's what's tough. It's tough picking between bad and hubris in these. Like I said, I'm sticking with Picard was just bad. And then that puts me in a position where I have to find the hubris in the Discovery episodes. And I would just say it was all the techno babble and the fact that nobody would question the decisions and the whole non-arc and all that nobody's going to question that. Wait, nobody's executing things in their own in the best interest of the crew and the Federation and themselves. Nobody's acting in that way.
Okay,
Yes.
before I forget, because I just remembered something. So, Picard. I sent you guys the text in Discord where I was losing my shit laughing. You will recall?
Yes.
Do you know what I was laughing at?
No. I do not.
Did you not catch the fact that Picard's problem was that he was untethered?
Oh yes. I did catch that.
I'm like, holy shit, these.
The tether, it is all knowing and all seeing. It runs through all of New Trek.
Oh man.
Like, my god, guys, get a thesaurus. Find another word.
I don't.
They don't want to find another word. It is the word. It is the common thread of the multiverse. I don't know. I'm still confused about what happened to Ash Tyler. Now that I'm talking about it again. Somebody please explain this to me. I can't wrap my tiny melon baller drilled out brain around it.
One wonders if we will see him come up in Strange New Worlds at some point.
I'm assuming he'll be on the Section 31 show or movie, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I hope he's not on Strange New World because he sucks. I think I don't remember how he ended up.
Right.
No, he sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
Let's just go ahead and put that one to rest.
He
I mean, after he decoupled a little bit, you know, he was way more interesting as an abandoned Klingon white dude than he ever was as a
Hannibal
abandoned human white
Eat-
dude.
eating Captain JoJo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, no, he's a loser because I mean he was one of
I
Michael
forgot about that
Burnham's
shit.
love interests. So
But she lost out on him to frickin' what the name was?
Lacrell.
Lacrell. Empress Lacrell.
Like they did such a poor job with the Klingons. We haven't even brought them back for another 3 seasons.
What if the Klingons are inside the? What if they're the Tennessees? Like the burn finally finished off Kronos because it set off the bomb. And they're like, we're getting away from you fuckers. No, that would be stupid, and Disco wouldn't do anything stupid.
No.
Did you see the little fast cut stinger teaser for Strange New World season 2?
No.
Yes.
When it comes on, I close my eyes and go la 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 until it goes off.
I tried to, but I know what Warden's referring to.
I do not know.
And we will not speak about it further.
I won't ruin it for you then.
All right. I am so excited about the stretch run. 3 more episodes each. Starting next week, we'll be watching only one Star Trek Discovery. This one's called Rosetta.
What I want to know is which one
episode.
Yeah, obviously. Which one are you more enthusiastic about seeing the end of, Discovery or Picard?
About seeing the end of?
Yeah, like how they finish out the season. Which one are you more enthusiastic about?
I guess Picard.
Ditto.
Because Discovery, I just absolutely do not care.
I have
except for Tarka.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of care about that. Picard, I don't give a shit how they do it at this point or what ends up being. I'm just kind of like, whatever. Just get me to season 3 of Picard because I've heard it's better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of the same thing. I just have a feeling that Discovery is just going to be so milk toast boring in the end that I have no feeling one way or the other about it. I'm just like, it's a thing that's I'm gonna watch apparently, but Picard still has that slow moving car wreck thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm more enthusiastic about Picard just because at
Picard's that guy
least,
in Austin Powers in front of the steamroller.
yeah, at least with
No!
Discovery, we have one thing we're trying to resolve, right? Picard, like you said, we got like, I lost count, but I think you were up to 6 or 7. And it's like, how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna pull all this together, or are you just gonna forget about it? I don't know.
I think that 90% of Picard is going to be hand waved away.
All I want is for the final chapter to somehow include Rio saving the day by kicking a soccer ball. That was brilliant writing.
Well, now I'm
Not at all,
confused. Did he
not at all racially
did he
stereotyped at
actually
all.
do that? Because I thought we talked about it, but he didn't actually do it.
I thought he did.
See, I thought we just joked about he needed to. They
No,
should have written it that way, but he didn't.
I'm pretty sure he kicked the soccer
Mhm.
ball into the Borg. Into the communications tower
Mhm.
at some point to fuck it up.
Yeah.
I am 99% sure that
See,
happened.
I swear, I think we had this same discussion after the fact too. That we joked about that being the way they should have done it, but they didn't. Now I can't remember. Somebody look it up. Oh, jeez.
I'm working on it.
Anyway,
Loving how Rios just beamed them all to the ship too. Like just, I mean,
I'm
fuck,
okay.
fuck the Prime Directive. Fuck time travel guidelines. Just whatever.
I don't.
You want to come back to my place?
Yeah, why not? I mean, and bring your kid too.
Yeah.
He took one look at that kid and he's like, this kid is not gonna grow up to be anybody important. I can take him away, and it ain't gonna matter shit. Okay, so Picard. Next episode is called Mercy.
Is that like French?
Merci? No, it
No,
is
no.
Mercy. Uh, Written by the same lady that wrote "Fly Me to the Moon" and "Two of One," so you know it's gonna be good.
I don't remember 2 of 1, but I remember Fly Me to the Moon.
"Two of One" was last week.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then next week on Strange New Worlds, we've got the Elysian Kingdom. Should be great. I'm so ready to just power on through these 2 seasons and enjoy Strange New Worlds along the way. All right.
I'm wondering if I need to go back and rewatch Star Trek 5. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Look, Picard climbs a mountain, he falls. Scotty does
Spock
Morse
catches him.
code. Scotty does Morse code, breaks them out.
They
They
sing
watch.
"Row, row, row your boat."
They watch McCoy euthanize his own father 2 weeks before they found a cure. Goddamn cure. Uhura dances naked with palm fronds. They go to the center of the galaxy. God wants the starship, and Kirk asks, and then
They shoot him with lightning.
shoot him with lightning, and then Spock jumps on the bird of prey and shoots God in the head. The end.
Okay.
Starbuck dies. He tries to mind meld God, and they explode.
Oh man, because he wasn't really God, right?
No.
No, because God turned into Cybok at the end. Okay. Can we do the outro?
I mean, we can, sure.
All right.
So this
So
is. Go ahead.
I was just saying, it is really bad when you have a catchphrase for engage. It's like, let's fly. But then you have situations where you don't want to do it, and and you have to be like, let's fly. Like, Burnham, you should have just said engage. Anyway, Warden, let's fly.
This is Biblio Warden, Joe Bob, and Mr. Willie signing off.